YouTube. I have a question for InventorGorilla. And it's not just for InventorGorilla, it's kind of aimed at him, but anyone who feels this way can respond to this. I want to know what is with a lot of the Christians on YouTube and their belief that Catholicism is not Christianity. Now, I would like everyone to understand that I am not defending Catholicism, okay? I'm not. But I do take issue with people saying that it's not a Christian religion. I don't know why. I mean, really, it's... And I've heard this phrase before. If you're a Catholic once, you're a Catholic for life. And it's partially true, because even to this day, when someone asks me what my beliefs are, it's almost a knee-jerk reaction to say Catholic immediately without even fucking thinking. And it takes a second for me to stop and say atheist. Just because of how long I believed it and how deeply I believed it. It is so ingrained in my being that I can't help but get irritated when I see things like this. And the reason is this, and I'm not trying to define Christianity by any means, so no one think that, but isn't kind of one of the basics that you believe in one God, and that Jesus was his son, or an embodiment of him, or something along that line, and that he was the Messiah. Isn't that kind of one of the, just blueprints? Little bitty part. Because that's what I was taught it was. And Catholics fall into that definition. Just throwing that out there. What brings this up is a comment and a series of comments that were left on my video I Dare You to Try. For those of you that have not seen it, it is my take on this whole teaching children about hell is child abuse thing. And I brought up the example of last rites and consequences of not receiving them in the Catholic faith. And the effect that had on me. Now, I got this comment from InventorGorilla, and let me read it to you. Roman Catholics teach these things. Christ-centered Christianity focuses on forgiveness. Don't confuse Christianity with Catholic teachings. What was that, IG? Was that damage control? Was there any reason to bring that up? I gave an example of the Catholic faith because that is what I know. Alright? That is what I was followed for my entire childhood and half of my adolescent life. Anyway, I left this in response. Catholicism is a Christian religion, get over that one. And the issue here is not even all of Christianity, it's those that choose to preach fire and brimstone to ensure the faithful silence of children. Regardless of Catholic or Protestant, it isn't right. I think I made my point. I was done. IG's next comment indicated in no uncertain terms that he either did not read my comment, didn't care, or chose to just ignore it as the ramblings of an angry atheist. I don't know what. But I find it funny that he has missed the message of this video and of my comments so much when his favorite argument to use on someone, if they make a comment or a response to him that disparages in any way what he has just said, that they missed the point. Isn't that usually what he says, or they misunderstood? Damn, Kettle, you sure are black. This is his response. This proves my point. Catholicism is not biblical Christianity. I can prove it. It is a perversion like Mormonism, witnesses, or any other denomination. And biblical Christianity speaks of a second death as hell. In our views, your father was a believer and went to heaven. Last rites is done by man. Man has no authority over God's will. If your father loved God and was a good man, he is in heaven. I believe this with all my being. Catholicism is satanic. I have biblical proof. Really? Really? How did my saying, regardless of Catholic or Protestant, prove your point? How did that happen? Am I missing some type of weird, fucked up logic? What am I missing here? Alright. As far as Catholicism is not biblical Christianity. No. No denomination is, technically. Let's see. Biblical Christianity speaks of a second death as hell. Really? Because I seem to remember something about a lake of fire in the Bible. Was I wrong? Did I misread? Let's see. Last rites is done by man. Man has no authority over God's will. You know what? You're right. Man has nothing to do with God, or with the idea of a God. They really don't, except for, if you're going off biblical here, God did not write the Bible. Men did. So I don't really see what is so wrong about any religion turning to people to act in the place of a God that is not active in their daily lives, that does not communicate with them on that level. Because people, despite what anyone fucking says, people kind of want forgiveness and to be held to some standard by their peers, by other human beings. We are held accountable for things, not necessarily by God, but by the people around us. Which is why, my dear InventorGorilla, you are in such deep shit at the moment, or were a few days ago, and which is why Crazy to the Core is still in deep shit. Because you're held accountable for things that you do by your peers. Yes, you believe that God will eventually come down on you for this stuff, for things that you've done, but at the moment, it's your fellow man. Let's see. Alright. Catholicism is satanic. I have biblical proof. You know, you've said that twice. You said that in my video in answer to Sai. Or in your response to that video. That Catholicism is satanic, and you thought I was a backslider as opposed to an atheist. Which, fair enough. Whatever. You know what? If you've got proof, biblical proof that Catholicism is satanic, please bust it out. Come on, you've been talking about it since fucking Thanksgiving. Do it already, or shut the fuck up. I'm not taking issue with you picking on Catholicism. I was, joking about it when you made your response to my video in an answer to Sai. I'm taking issue with this because you missed the point of what my video was about. You completely fucking ignored it. And it really does seem like you're just trying to distance yourself from another Christian religion by saying that it's satanic because you don't like it. I have no time for someone to sugarcoat their beliefs in an attempt to sell it as something better than it is. I have no issue with you believing it. But don't try to make it into something that I could agree with when I don't.